Hey guys, welcome home. Today we're diving into one of the most exciting additions World of Warcraft has seen in years. With patch 11.2.7, Blizzard has finally introduced a full player housing system, a feature we've all been dreaming about for over a decade. In this video, we're going to explore how it works, what you can customize, and why this update might change the way we experience Azeroth forever. So grab a seat, get comfortable, and let's jump into your new home in World of Warcraft. To start off, let's go over how you get started. Upon logging in, you'll be able to pick up a quest which will require you to go to a neighborhood from your capital city. You may also notice some achievements pop up. This will be because you may have met the requirements for some of the Decor items, as they can be obtained from many sources, such as achievements and other ways, but more on that later. For now, let's head to the portal from your capital city. If you're Horde, the portal to the Razorwind Shores will be in the middle of the top floor. And if you're Lions, the portal to Founders Point will be on the left side of the portal room. Once in your respective faction's neighborhood, you will receive the My First Home quest, which will be a sort of introductory quest to show you around the area and different plots available, or if you wish, you can just go straight ahead and buy a house. One thing to note here, if you find that on your server all the plots are taken and you have no plot to buy, simply speak to Tochu Cloudhound and select I want to see other neighborhood options. Then click on Open a House Finder. From here you'll be able to select different neighborhoods and find an available plot to buy. Once you found a plot, select it and click Visit. This will reserve the plot for 5 minutes, giving you the option to decide whether to buy it or not after teleporting to it. If you do buy the plot, you will see the short cutscene and will have your first home. Congratulations, you're now a homeowner.
I'm glad I signed. I'm a homeowner. Fun?
Now before getting into how to edit and decorate your house, upon buying it, you will have the option to go through the tutorial. And the first quest will be to get rid of some decor. Click on the Edit House button and you will see your decor catalog. But you may notice that when trying to remove it, you see a message that you can't do that while silenced, and you'll not be able to remove it. This will happen if you have an ability bound to that specific button. To fix this, you will have to unbind it from the options menu like this. After which you can go back to the edit mode and you'll be able to use the remove action and remove the necessary decors as required. Now, let's go over how to edit your house. So, once you enter your house, maybe it will not be like this because I did some playing around, but let's go over the editing menu. First, you have this button over here, which just shows your house information. This is like your name, location, and your neighborhood. Next, you have the edit menu. We'll come back to this just now. You have the settings. From here, you can delete your house. You can select the type of access it should have, as well as the house access and the plot access. Obviously, this is to exit the house. Now, when you click Edit House, you will see your decor catalog from here, right? All the items that you have. You can, of course, filter by different items, themes, expansion, style, and so on. You can also change by furnishing, seating, tables, and more. Now, once you select an item, for example, this one that you own, you go into the edit menu. You can turn around, you can place the object, you can also rotate it with the mouse wheel, you can toggle grid. But once again, here comes the issue. If you have the button bound, you will not be able to use it. I hope Blizzard fixes this because it's quite annoying to unbind these two buttons every time. I'm sure a lot of you use it. Once you place your item, you can always move it around. Just click on it and move it anywhere else that you want. Next, you have the buttons here. The first one is to switch to decorate mode. The advanced button gives you the option to rotate, move, and so on the decor. So for example, here you can actually move it up, right? Make it floating if you want a floating table, or move it down to hide it. You can also rotate it, right? If you want to rotate it on the other side, as well as change its scale. We can make it a little tiny table over here, or you can make a massive table for a massive tour. And that's it. Next up, we have the customize mode, right? This changes, for example, the color and the wall style. So from here you have a different wall style. As you can see, changes, and the material. So this is just to customize certain objects that allow customization. For example, as I mentioned, dyes beginning, you can dye certain objects, certain decor, and if you have any dyes, you can change the color of the item subsequently. Next up, we have the cleanup mode. Now the cleanup mode just simply lets you remove items, decor from your house. So for example, if we click this, it will remove it. So that item is back in your inventory or your catalog, and you can use it again. And last but not least is the floor plan. This is how you can add rooms. The add room button is these little yellow circles. If you click it, you have the option to choose from the left side what type of room you want to add. For example, an octagon room, right? And now you have an octagon room on the right side of your house. You can select the room and rotate if you want. So for example, you can also move it like this and attach it somewhere else. And last but not least, you can also remove it, and that will be returned as you can see, and the room will be removed. So those are the basics of the editing mode and how to customize your house. Now let's go over how to edit your house from the outside, because you can do that too as well. You're not limited to only editing the inside of your house. Simply click on the edit house button again, and here you can start decorating it. For example, you can put a doormat over here, but we want to rotate it. Right, there we have it. Now remember that you have placed decor. This is a building limit. Building limits increase with housing levels. We'll get into housing levels just now. But I just want to go over the basics here so you can see how you can edit your house from the outside. So these are really basic things. Once again, same principle as the inside. You have the same modes, the same customize button, and so on. And you can also edit the house exterior here. And just like from the inside where you add rooms, here you can attach fixtures. For example, a angled window over here. That looks pretty cool. A round window, another angled window over here, for example. You can also change the base style from here, for example, worn stone. You can also change the roof color. There we go, it's ocean color. You can also change the roof, but this is locked because I haven't collected it yet. And the house size, except that is not yet available as we're in early access of the housing. And that covers the basics of editing the outside of your house. Of course, there's a lot more to do because you have different decor for the outside and the inside. So for example, you can probably place this outside. It will really fit well in the inside of your house, but to each their own. As you place more objects, you will see that the decor limit increases from the top. Of course, if you go ahead and delete them, it will decrease. They'll be back in your inventory so you can use them again. And that's the basics of editing the outside of your house. Now let's take a look at the housing levels. To see what housing level you are, click on the housing dashboard and you will see it over here. For example, I'm level 2, almost level 3. As you can see from the different levels, you have different amounts of placement budgets for rooms, interior decor, and so on. As the level increases, you get more, and you also have different rewards for the levels. Currently, we can level all the way to 5 because 6 is not out yet because we're in early access. Now, the Endeavor tab is not available yet because Endeavors are not available in early access, but this is where you'll be able to complete tasks so you can level up your housing level. These tasks are kind of like the trading post tasks that you get for the month, right? To complete different tasks and so on. They can also be quests, but we will get to that when we're out of early access. From here, you can teleport directly to your house. For example, if you're in Stormwind or Orgrimmar, you can simply click this button and you will be teleported directly to your house, as you can see now. Doesn't matter where you are. It's basically like a house Hearthstone. You can also open the house finder here to look for different plots in the different neighborhoods if you want to move. And lastly, from here, you can also access your house decor to look at the items or track some items, find some items that you want to go after and gather. And that's pretty much it for the housing dashboard. Again, going back to collecting decor, Homebound is a must-have add-on that you should definitely get. With this add-on, you can see all the items as well as where they come from. It will show you the quest, or if it's from an item or from a dungeon, and so on. There's literally a ton of decor that you can collect, and Homebound is a wonderful add-on to help you collect that. As you can see, for example, this backpack is from a quest. This table is from an achievement, and you can track it, or you can, and if you simply click on it, it will take you right to the achievement or the quest. The quest will not get tracked if you're not in the zone that this item is from. What you can do is simply right click on the item. That will give you a direct link to the Wowhead quest, and you can open that in your browser and read up on the quest to help you complete it. There is also a vendor tab. Here shows you all the vendors that sell different decors, right? And you will pin it right to your map by click on it. Really helpful. So definitely get this add-on if you plan to collect decor. Another great way to find decor and their sources is from the WoW Housing Hub. This is from Wowhead. Here you can see other players' housing builds, user created sets, and more. But most importantly, if you click here, decor, you'll be able to see all the items and see where they're from. For example, this item is from a vendor located here in Razorwind Shores. This is from a quest, and so on. Some, as I mentioned, are from achievements, and some are from crafting, because this is another way you can get decor items, whether you craft them yourself or buy them on the auction house, which are crafted by other players. All the links to the add-on and the WildDB Housing Hub will be in the description. As I mentioned, decor items can also be obtained by crafting, but to do this, you need to collect lumber. Now, you need to talk to the row over here if you're a horde. There's obviously an equivalent if you're alliance to complete this introductory quest, after which you can buy the harvesting hatchet. With this hatchet, you'll be able to gather lumber across the world. Obviously, there isn't any lumber here right now, but we will get to that in a second. Once you have your hatchet, you can go looking around for lumber. Lumber is found in areas that have trees, many different zones in Azeroth. I'll put down a list of the zones that you can get lumber from, but I just wanted to show you what it looks like when you find a piece of lumber. It will be sticking out like this. It won't actually be lumber, but it will be a hatchet sticking out, as you can see. And when you click on it, you'll start chopping the wood, and you'll be able to gather your lumber. It will also appear on the map like this. I'll be making a separate video covering lumber in the coming days. To make use of the lumber, you need to have a profession that can craft decor items. As you can see here, for example, I have engineering, and surprise, I can still craft decor items. And as you can see, one of the main reagents is lumber. There are different types of lumber scattered across the world, and they're gained from different areas. As you can see here, this Olimba lumber is from Outland, and this Coldwind lumber is from Northrend. You will obviously need other items to craft these decor items. As you can see for this iron table saw, need 40 ironwood lumber and dark iron bars and so on. So this is the way you can craft it. After you craft these items, they'll be bind when used. So keep that in mind. But you can sell them on the auction house, as well as you can buy other players' crafted decor items from the auction house. And that's going to be it for this video and guide, guys. Hope you found it helpful. That's going to cover the basics of early access housing. As you notice, we have more things coming that we don't have yet in early access, so we'll get much more exciting. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.